In this tour of GMCDU, I'll show you how we create an environment and learning experience that is extremely engaging, interactive, allows for mutual support, shared learnings, and lots of tools for motivation. These are things that other learning management systems just cannot deliver. When Josh and I first founded GMCDU, in fact, we noticed that LMS platforms as a whole were very passive. You'd watch kind of a video, look at a PDF, and you'd kind of be able to just hit next or I'm done and go to the next exercise. Something that we saw was extremely isolating, in fact, depressing when kind of doing work in that way. And we did a lot of early piloting and customer development to learn the needs of our clients and partners, and that's how we designed the DNA of our platform to be very engaging and interactive, with things for reflection, for shared support, and for engaging with peers and experts. So I'm going to show you a bit of how that engagement works on GMCDU right now. And one of the first things you can do when I look at this course here, for instance, and this course page is as you scroll down here, you'll notice like a public-facing video, which can create some motivation to elicit excitement for people to come into a course. And down here, you'll see that these different exercises have times on them. So folks can see how long it's going to take to do a specific exercise. This is actually critically important when someone's evaluating whether they're going to even start to take a program. They often give up before they start because they don't know how long something's going to take, and it's quite paralyzing when you don't have any idea of how long something's going to take to do. If you see that this particular exercise is going to take 7 minutes and you're a busy teacher, let's say, you can do this on your lunch break or in the evening. So this has been a huge uplift in motivation for our clients, partners, and their learners and people being trained on GMCDU. I'm going to now go into the platform and show you what we call a prompt and response loop on our platform, which is really threaded interaction around specific exercises. The first thing that happens here, though, is that if there's a video in a program, for instance, it pops automatically. We don't want people to have to search and hunt and peck for content. A lot of other platforms, you have to click 3 times even to find a video. So things are naturally surfaced along the learning journey. Teachers also often need to print material, so if they can't take a computer home or have access to a computer, they can print any exercise in GMCDU. This is a feature that was requested directly by a number of our clients and partners. We use a human-centered design approach, so we listen to the needs of our clients and partners, and we only create features that are expressly needed by our partners and clients. As you scroll through here, we have videos and all different kinds of content. We also actually have surveys, quizzes, and mastery assessment. In this case, this is being used as a self-evaluation to kind of take an imprint of what this person knows, what the folks know around empathy when they're starting a program. Often you'll notice this is interstitially in a step in the program, right? It's not often some other platform in an unproductive manner where you have to go to Google Forms or SurveyMonkey and pay for a separate platform. It's all baked in naturally. All the visualizations of the data, all of the responses, everything is baked into GMCDU naturally, and you can actually have it within a program. So a lot of our clients will have a self-evaluation to kind of bookend the beginning and end of a program. It's really powerful. You can change everything from the thank you message to clicking a button that allows you to get a notification anytime someone completes a self-evaluation or survey or quiz. So that's really helpful from a productivity standpoint for both end users and admins as well. And then down here, you'll notice what's really powerful in GMCDU, I mentioned the engagement, is that you can create a prompt. You do it one time as an admin in any exercise. And again, these exercises are in here in these themed sections, these beautifully colored sections with different steps below them. And I'm working on empathy and practice as one exercise or one assignment. And at the bottom, again, you can put a prompt in here to ask a question about telling a story or even just doing a weekly reflection to kind of do something around reflection around something that was done either on the platform or in person. GMCDU is a blended platform, so you can have an immersion in person and then do like a weekly reflection that then brings back some thought around the learning experience onto the platform. Or you can ask someone to load a document they're working on to a specific exercise. In this case, we have options for text, video, file, and I'm done. This shows 4 of 8 options. There's also audio and pictures. So you can interstitially create a prompt to then take in content or responses from people for any exercise. It's kind of like what would happen in a workshop. Whereas on other platforms and LMSs, if you kind of watched a video, you typically would not be able to do a form like this. But let's say you watch the video, all you'd be able to do is hit I'm done or next. Here you can respond with the video, which I'm going to do here. And this is good for either practice or reflection, for your own learning, or to share with a cohort. you can do either or both. And actually, before I record, I'll show you here, you're able to choose if it goes to a group, if you have that enabled as an admin, or if you want it to be private for just you and your own practice and learning. So I'm going to record a video here. And you can see here, as I record this, and there's a nice countdown, so we have all these little things that help you along the way. We were told in 2015 when we created this feature that people love being able to do video reflections, tell stories, show something they're working on, do a mock demo of something, or practice something they're teaching. But they were forgetting what the prompt was, so we added that up top here. And also, if you record this on mobile, it will overlay the screen while you're recording on our native mobile app, which is also a great tool for folks. So when you're done with that, people also said, hey, we love this feature, but we don't like that image that was automatically chosen, so you can kind of pick your own thumbnail here. And I'll pick this one here. And then finally, people really wanted to be able to add more information either to journal or to share with others as they were going through this experience and kind of responding to this particular exercise. And so they can add more text there. And this was all in response to client and learner requests. The next really cool thing that happens is if anyone has responded to this same exercise, specifically this exercise, the people's responses will come up here, whether that's text, audio, video. You'll see it here. And you can either learn if you're more of a kind of passive learner, someone that wants to learn from others. You can kind of read from and learn from others. Or you can comment to show support, share an insight, or even just click awesome just to kind of quickly show support for someone. And this is interstitial to any exercise in Dreamseed Do. So again, it's not siloed off on some discussion board off to the side, which is never used. This automatically comes up to enable people to engage and support each other throughout the learning experience. And finally, as a learner, I can then click to view all activity, and that will take me through this virtuous cycle to the live learning feed, where you can see my videos already posted, and then I can scroll down to other exercises and responses from people. It's a bunch of me from demos that I've done, but here's some other ones that have been done as well. And you can see people's responses, they're supporting each other, sharing insights, and this on the learning feed can be from peers and from experts. And though this learning feed is very powerful, we also realize that people would want to be able to filter things to look at content from different areas. So you could look at just one course at a time, for instance, if you're in multiple courses. So this will filter the activity feed only to see what's happening in that particular course. Or you could even break teams down into cohorts. So I'm in the teacher's team, and then I can see only what my team of 5 to 8 people in a smaller, more intimate cohort is working on and responding to just focus on them and supporting them, sharing ideas and thoughts and learning together with them. So that's one really dynamic loop that we have in Dreamseed Do. And before we finish this demo, again, this is something that you cannot do in other platforms to have interstitial interaction specifically around the threaded kind of information that's being shared around the specific exercises and learning that's happening. And finally, you can add in anytime sort of an article, a note, around a video, and then pin it to the top so that it can be up for discussion interstitially in between programs.